almost broke my back a couple days ago. I'm on a bunch of drugs right now that are helping me stand, so shout out to your local drug dealer. Never forget. But when I was all fucked up on the floor, not able to move, I had so many thoughts, and I thought this was karma, for all the times I parked in a handicap spot, right? Thank God I never parked in one of those pregnant women's spots. I'd be one of the most famous comedians, Y'all would be like, look at her go! Fuck yeah, I don't know. It was my first time going to the hospital, like being admitted into a hospital. And then when I got there, the nurses started touching my spine, trying to find out where the pain was. And when they touched it, I would scream, ah, right? And okay, that's what it is. Then they laid me down on a bed and gave me some medicine, and I stopped feeling everything. Then the doctor came in, and he started doing the same test. He's like, lean over to your side, and this guy started going down my spine. I'm like, I feel it, but there's no pain. I feel it, there's no pain. He keeps going down, gets to my ass, touches my ass cheek. I'm like, I feel it, I feel it, I feel it. This guy goes a little lower and starts tickling my asshole. I swear to God. I was like, I feel it, I feel it. I don't like it, I don't like it, I feel it. I don't like it, I don't like it. And he's like, that's good, because some people don't feel that. And we still did it for 1.5 seconds too long. I don't trust doctors, bro, That's why never in my life, I don't think I'm ever gonna get my prostate checked. Fuck that. I will never let a doctor put his finger in my ass. I'm sorry. Here's the thing, it's 2024. We have rovers on Mars. You still gotta put your finger in my ass, brother? It seems like you want to do this more than it actually needs to be done. Where we are with technology, we should be able to put our fingers in a machine that looks like a little asshole, right? And then it tells us if there's something in our ass, all right? How are we not there yet? That's fun, all right? And it made me think about, I was watching this documentary about aliens, right? And it was about this guy who got abducted by aliens. And he was just telling a story. But at one point he mentioned that he was with a big group of people and they all got abducted. And I started thinking about, imagine being at a party and everybody gets abducted. But just before it happens, you go inside, you're like, yo, anybody want anything to drink? And then you go inside to get drinks, and by the time you come out, everybody's already halfway up, right? You're like, yo, what the fuck? And then you're the last guy, So you're in the group, you're the last guy, right? And they're lining everybody up, and 3 at a time, there's aliens probing everybody. By the 5th person, you're like, okay, it's happening. You know what I mean? I am also gonna get probed, right? You start accepting your reality, right? But now you're looking at it like when you're in a lineup at Service Ontario, right? Like, don't let me get that bitch, please. Don't let me get that. She looks so rough, Please let me get the gentle one, please. It's how fast we just conform to a what? What's about to happen, We're fucked, bro. We're fucked. Well, fuck yeah, other than that, pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Life's good. I just got back from Vancouver. You guys fuck with Vancouver? Yeah, fuck Vancouver. Right? Fuck them. But Vancouver has this park called Stanley Park. And I love to go to that park and do mushrooms at nighttime and walk around. My favorite thing to do. And last time I was there, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. I was with 3 of my boys, there was 4 of us. We're walking around Stanley Park, it's all dark, we're giggling and laughing and shit. And out of the darkness, a man starts walking towards us, all right? I'm terrified, straight up, because yeah, there's 4 of us, but why are you alone in the dark? You know what I'm saying? It's pitch black, bro. This guy's just standing there? What the fuck are you doing, dog? Don't trust it, right? And he gets closer and he's like, hey, nice beard. And I was like, fuck, he picked me, right? There's 4 of us and he picked me. The most disrespectful part of it, one of the guys we were with had Down syndrome and he still picked me. You understand? The disrespect I felt in that moment, I was like, motherfucker, right? Then he got closer and he's like, hey, you got a very Muslim face. That's what he said to me in the darkness, bro, you know? My response immediately was like, fuck you, bro, you got a very Chinese neck. You know? And I realized I was being a little bitch, right? Because if I can tell you anything, is that I have a very Muslim face. Right? I just don't like the way he told me that in the darkness. I tell you, bro, you don't tell me, I tell you. It felt very disrespectful, but I felt like I was also being a bitch. And in that moment it hit me, we're all little bitches. We're all little bitches. As a society, we're little bitches now, we can't say nothing. Like, yo, if you were to actually meet a Chinese person, and you were like, hey, are you Chinese? And they're like, how did you know? You gotta be like, I don't know. I don't know. Your vibe? I don't know. Call it your feng shui? I don't know. Well, we all know it's because of the eyes, right? You just can't say anything. Anyway. Some people love Vancouver because of the mountains, right? But like Vancouver has the perfect ratio of mountains and people on fentanyl, right? The beauty is in between, right? You ever seen somebody on fentanyl? If you haven't, they take it and the position they're standing in, they go like this, and then they just, for hours, they just stand in one spot. And Vancouver is littered with it. And here's the thing, I don't like that, because in Toronto, we still got, like, we got a fentanyl problem, but we still got, like, classic OG crackheads. You know what I'm saying? Our crackheads still got a little pep in their step, you know? In Vancouver, you'll be walking around, you'll see all these big, beautiful mountains in the background, and then these little mountains in front of you, right? Should I climb it? Right? They're everywhere. In Vancouver, you can walk by 500 people high on fentanyl. No one's gonna ask you for change. No one wants a cigarette. There's no sense of community, you know? In Toronto, you and a crackhead will make eye contact 500 meters away, all right? And that means in a minute and a half, you're about to have an interaction, buddy. That's community. That's what it's about. Straight up, I love crackheads, right? They symbolize freedom to me. What's more free than shitting your pants as you walk and continuing to walk? Smells like freedom, bro. Look, I'm a firm believer in manifestation, you know, law of attraction. Like, you attract what you want if you really believe it and you really want it, right? And there's no greater proof in that than a crackhead, okay? Because there's crackheads always have crack. You understand? They don't work or anything, but they always have crack. Do you understand how that's happening? It's called manifestation. That's what it is. I love crackheads, man. Because straight up, the city's fucked, man. It's cheaper to do crack every single day than it is to pay rent in the city. For $15 a day, you can get as high as you want and then sleep wherever you want at the end of the night. For free, okay? Location, location, location. Because take this in, there's only one thing that controls a crackhead. It's crack. But ask yourself how many things control your life. Right? Your job, your boss, rent, your family, your bills. Imagine giving that all up for one day. I once asked a crackhead for advice, right? I pulled a toonie up, his tail started wagging, you know? I was like, I'll give you this, but you gotta give me some advice. And he said, don't do crack, right? And I was like, you should talk at schools, bro, right? Scare the children. Okay, here's the thing, I sell crack, okay? So, if everybody looks under their chairs, you're all going home with a little something. My girl gets fucking jealous of crackheads. Every time she sees one, she goes, their legs are so skinny. And it pisses me off. I think, you know what it is about girlfriends? Why girlfriends piss off their boyfriends? Wives piss off their husbands? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Girls piss off the man. It's because we're having sex with you, and you say things and it pisses us off. It's something about, you know what I'm saying? Like girls will be like, if I was a grizzly bear, right? And I was wearing lingerie, like, would you still like me? And I'm like, yeah, I fuck you and then spread berries. Yeah, what do you want from me, right? What a fucking question. You get pissed off because you're having sex with her. Because here's the thing, you could be like smoking weed with your boys, and you guys are high as fuck sitting on a couch, quiet, and your boy would ask you questions in the same type of format that your girl would ask you, but because you're not fucking him, you think about it, you know? I was hanging out with my boy and he's like, I don't know where we're just sitting there quiet and he goes, yo, imagine if I was a toilet. And I started thinking about it because I'm not having sex with him, right? I was like, yeah, I'd shit in you, bro, right? And he goes, man, it would suck to be a toilet, right? And I'm like, you're thinking about this all wrong, brother, right? You're laying your own insecurities onto the toilet, all right? You're thinking of you as the toilet with the things you like. Like, of course you're gonna hate that. Think of it from the toilet's perspective. You understand what I'm saying? Toilets were designed for two things, shit and piss, all right? They love shit and piss. That's all they want. When you throw up in a toilet, the toilet's like, yo, what is it, my birthday? They love that shit, you understand? That's how much I thought about that. Do you understand? Because I'm not fucking my boy, that's it. But I think also my girl pissing me off because we've been together for a long time. Like before the apps and shit. I met her pre-Tinder, and that's not her name, that's a time period. You understand? You guys have jobs? Right? Yeah? Sucks, dude. Yeah. Round of applause if you love your jobs. I don't believe you. Yeah? Because, I'm living my dream right now, doing what I absolutely love to do, and this is all I ever wanted in life. But straight up, I don't want to be here. You understand? So I can't imagine how you love your job right now. That's crazy. But I do stand-up comedy, so I wake up in the morning, I sit down, I wait for nighttime. You understand? I have more free time than the average man, you know? And I think it's a problem. Like, I think about shit that I shouldn't be thinking about. Like, I'll tell you this thought and I'll get out of here. Like, I had this thought about, like, the first people, the first guy that I would, okay, like, every single one of us is here because our fathers went, ugh. You understand that? And no matter what your relationship is with that man, that was the best you ever made him feel, all right? But that's not even the thought, that's just a side quest. Okay, here's the thought. Before our fathers busted their nuts, we could say the population was smaller than it is right now, right? And before their fathers busted their nuts, the population was even smaller than that, right? So if we keep going back busted nuts, right? If my math is correct, eventually we get to the first guy. You understand? There's one guy, the first guy. And I'm not even asking where this guy came from. I'm not trying to get religious with it. I just have questions for this guy, you know? Imagine being the first guy ever. Like, how do you know shit, right? Like, how do you know, like, I'm not talking about fires and how to build a wheel. I'm talking about, you're the first guy. First guy ever. No other guys. One day you woke up, your dick was hard. What did you do? You know what I'm saying? You don't know what horny is. You're just the first guy. You're like, what the fuck? You get like, hey, you punch a tree out of aggression, you know? The first guy. First guy problems. Imagine the first time the first guy saw a vagina. He was probably like, dude, what the fuck happened to your dick? Right? banana leaves on it, I don't know. I'm the first guy, bro. The first guy probably like, okay, there was no infrastructure, you know what I'm saying? This guy was outside all the time, all right? Like maybe he was in a cave, but straight up, that's still outside, okay? Like, but what I'm trying to get at is like, he did everything outside, so he probably jerked off outside a lot. That's all I'm trying to say. Beautiful scenery, imagine mountains, fucking a goat, frolicking over there. This guy probably busted a nut into the most perfect tulip you've ever seen in your life, right? Unpolluted by man, just holding it all in, right? And then maybe a little squirrel ran by, right? And then its tail brushed the tulip. And then for the rest of the spring, that squirrel had a crispy tail. You know what I'm saying? That was a long way to go for a dry cum joke, but straight up, life is about the journey. You understand? Thank you for supporting Lifetime, guys. My name is Nitty.